I've been in therapy like 2.5 years now, and the last 5-ish weeks, but especially the last like 3 weeks, I've had a lot of like obvious growth. Like, I've been in a place where it feels like I've like fast tracked my progress recently, and it's been like a rough month or so at the same time. For a long time, I've known that part of my problem, for lack of a better word, is that I intellectualize rather than actually feel my feelings. And my partner and I have been he's been giving me like 15-minute massages every day as part of like a somatic based idea that our couples therapist had. And it's brought up like so many realizations, including the one that I had shared in a previous TikTok about how I realized that I have disorganized attachment instead of exclusively anxious attachment because of it. But also just like other areas of emotional avoidance are like coming to light through that. And I have just been feeling my feelings more. Like, I think at least every like 3 days or so, I found myself crying, and I'm like catching triggers that I used to kind of, I don't know, numb out, I guess, or I don't know, just kind of detach from. I don't think I was like dissociated from them, at least not in the sense of like what I think of as dissociation, but I must have been shoving them down somehow without really realizing it. So in a way, it's really exciting to be seeing this growth, and I know it's good progress. And even though it's not pleasant, it feels really good to have my husband be so supportive through this. And it's kind of sparked, like, he's been having like a period of a lot of growth too, and so it's not just one-sided. And I always really appreciate like our emotional vulnerability and intimacy with each other, and like being on this healing journey thing together is always really nice. But it's also been hard. It's also been like my busy season for my job, and so I've just been tired. Like a lot of times, like I just want to sleep, and I don't like feel motivated to do anything. Like, I think kind of had like some low level depression or depression adjacent type stuff, which isn't something that I usually struggle with. Like, I am very prone to anxiety, but depression, not so much. So yeah, I guess I just kind of wanted to kind of confess this, I guess, just because most of the time on here I'm trying to share helpful things and like revelations I'm having, and at the same time I also want to share like that it's kind of feels ugly sometimes. It's been hard, and I think part of that is I've felt like less desire to be like vulnerable on here. But I think I'm gonna push back on that, because I definitely can see how being vulnerable and owning my truth, not just in real life with my husband, but in other formats, can be helpful to